Hello, in this video we're going to talk about the question, is Shi Ishmael still worth building, a default unit that everyone has access to? First, we're really quickly going to go over what she does, and then second, I'll bring up some gameplay, and I'll just kind of talk over the Shi Ishmael gameplay about whether she's good or not, and whether she's still worth building in 2025 or not. Okay, so let's look really fast at her kit. So let me get my pen out. The green marker is back. I downloaded new software. Unfortunately, the bar is huge. Anyways, green marker aside. So let's look at her kit. So all her stuff, right, we're seeing on 50% health, gain more poise, 50% health, more poise, 50%, 25% health, more damage, more poise, more damage. Okay, so she's poised and low HP. Now, this is interesting because let's look at Flashing Strike. When she's at less than 50% health, she reuses coin 1 and coin 2 an extra 2 times. So this goes from being a skill that rolls 4 plus 4 plus 5, which is a 13, to being a skill that rolls 16 plus 5, which is 21. So that's pretty darn good that when she's getting beat up and the fight's going bad for you, she empowers and starts rolling a 21 with no shits given. Now let's also look at the fact that it's on use. That means, unlike other reuse coin skills, it actually works in the clash. It works in the clash, people. So she starts clashing at a 21 on her skill 2, which is kind of crazy. Now looking at this, she gains plus 2 poise count, right? That means if she's on less than 50% health, she gains a whopping 8 poise count per skill 2. Combine this with her passive that activates when she's on less than 50% health, which gives her 1 extra poise. Whoa, I'm going crazy with the marker. 1 extra poise means each one of these hits generates a poise. So each skill 2 will generate 4 poise potency and 8 poise count, which is probably the best poise generation in the game off a single skill. I don't think anything even comes close to competing with 8 poise count and 4 poise potency, because this passive is always going to be on when you're doing the reuse coin. Now, let's also look at Flying Scored. When she's below 50% health, she gains an extra 3 poise. Okay, that means she generates 5 poise potency off a single skill 1. Now, Catch Breath barely generates poise. It only generates 2 poise. Although, of course, if you're below 50% health, it'll be 3 poise. Just like this one will be 6 poise if you're less than 50% health. And then it does more damage if you have a lot of poise count, which a single skill 2, if you're at your conditional, will give you that poise count. And she can also heal for a lot of HP. And this clashes at a 18, which is pretty decent. And then she has a counter, and the counter is how you reach her HP conditional and why she's not sanity dependent. Now, what do I mean by she's not sanity dependent? Because you're going to start the fight with her by using the counter, right? You're going to use the counter to go to low HP, and you're going to let your other units clash. And then, so she'll tank the bad hits for your team, and then she'll convert into that strong unit. The other thing that's nice about her, since she's a starter unit, is that she costs half as much thread to uptie because she's only a 2-star. So that makes her very new player friendly. Honestly, she's the strongest default unit. She's the strongest unit you start your account with. She's better than LCB Ryoshu. She's better than LCB Otis. She's better than LCB Sinclair. There's not really none of the default units can really compete with Shi Ishmael for strength. And then this nice little bonus in Mirror Dungeon. Her gift makes her awesome, the resolution gift for Shi Association. Now, that's the end of the slides. I just wanted to talk really briefly about what she does. So let me close this slideshow, and let me bring over some gameplay. And I just want to show off this clip from a railway run I did. Let me fix it really fast. Okay, so as you can see here, I'm speeding it up so you guys don't have to sit through it all. Let me slow it down just a little bit. We can look at that. She just gained 4 poise potency and 8 poise count off a single skill 2 and eviscerated that guy. And if we rewind the clip, let's see the part where she gets to 50% health. So let's see how we did that. Rewind. So here you can see I'm in Railway, I'm fighting the Envy Pentaculum, and I let her just get punched, right? It's not that hard to do. All I have to do is make sure that I just don't attack the skills that are targeting her, and I use a counter instead. And very shortly, I get her to 50% health. It's not hard at all. It's only annoying in like a multi-stage fight, like in a story dungeon. But you know, who cares, right? Because those fights are easy anyways. Usually, it's only boss fights that matter. So there we go. We got her 50% health, and now she can start popping off. We've already seen this, so I'll fast forward. And yeah, so I just bring this up because I think it's kind of an overlooked answer for new players, and I'll just let the gameplay footage play in the background now, because every single account has Shi Ishmael. Now, obviously, right, she's been power crept hard. Her HP conditional is annoying, and she only gets bonus damage on a skill with her skill 3. She's not getting bonus damage on her skill 1 or her skill 2. And I think she gets bonus damage on her counter too. And so obviously her damage output has kind of fallen off, but a 4-coin skill that rolls a 21 is still no joke. And a 2-coin skill that rolls an 18 and does 50% bonus damage on a critical hit is also no joke. I mean, this is some serious damage you can start putting out. And so if a new player doesn't have Ishmael 3-star identity, I think there's a very strong argument for building Shi Ishmael still, even in 2025. Because when you think about it, a new player, their biggest weakness is that they're not winning the clashes because they just don't understand what's going on, and so then their units are just dying. And so having a unit who gets better the worse you play, and you can't really screw it up with her because the conditional doesn't depend on a status you're inflicting on an enemy. The conditional depends on you screwing up and taking damage. The conditional, it activates sooner if you're bad at the game. and then once it's on, it's just on, and she gets stronger. And so I think there's that strong argument that, okay, you're a new player, maybe you've selected N-Corp Sinclair with your selector ticket, maybe you've dispensed Mao Faust because you saw on YouTube that Mao Faust is really good, maybe you dispensed the Lord of Hongyang too. You know, maybe you've spooked another random 3-star, like, I don't know, you spooked W Corp Merceau, right? Someone who's not very good, but you just kind of pulled. And, like, you're kind of wondering, okay, I've got, like, 3 or 4 units that I think are good, I want to use, but I don't know who to fill out for the rest of my 6 Sinners, because most of the game is going to be played with 6 Sinners until you reach endgame and start using 7 Sinner battles. And you're like, who am I going to use for my last 2? I think if you don't already have a 3-star Ishmael ID, Shi Ishmael is still relevant today. Now, the thing to note about Shi Ishmael, though, too, is that, like I said earlier in the video, her Poise generation is better. Like, look at that. Let me rewind the video. She has already gotten herself up to, without Thoracalgia active, that ego passive active, without Bamboo Hatted Kim giving out extra Poise, without any faction synergy, she just gained 6 Poise off of skill 1. That's insane. I mean, if I was using Family Hierarch Ishmael in this fight, another Poise Ishmael unit, I don't think she would be above 5 Poise count right now, honestly. Just because she depends on synergy with Heisho Yisong to get Poise. She depends on synergy with the Lord of Hongyang to get Poise. She depends on ego to get Poise. And that's all to make up for the fact that she has other strong things going for her, right? Like her damage cap, Family Hierarch Ishmael, is higher than Shi Ishmael by far. But it's a lot harder to get Family Hierarch Ishmael to her damage cap than it would be to get Shi Ishmael to her damage cap. Oh, and I screw up here and I take damage. But, you know, that's fine, right? Because, again, Shi Ishmael is a unit who does better when she's on low HP. So now if we look at this clip again, if I rewind it. Sorry if I'm kind of rambling a bit. I know I just got distracted. I was making a comparison to Family Hierarch Ishmael, and then I saw something interesting in the gameplay. But let's slow this down for a second and watch what happens with Shi Ishmael after here. So you'll see I screw up, right? I'm not playing well. I don't manage Jun well. And I take a stupid clash. Oh, okay. I didn't rewind back far enough, but we can see it now. And I take a stupid clash, and now Ishmael's almost dead, right? Well, there's some good news, right? Because the skill 3, now that I'm below 25% health, will heal me a huge amount. Now I need to heal a little bit to make sure I don't die from bleed, and I don't remember how I deal with that here. But like, oh yeah, here we go. I think what I do is I take an unopposed attack, because then bleed will only proc twice, so I'll go down to minus 22. So I'll go down to 8 HP, but I'm guaranteed a crit because I'm at 20 poise or higher, because each poise is 20% chance. And so since I'm guaranteed a crit, I'm going to heal a huge amount here off her skill 3's passive. So even if you're playing bad, she has built-in heals in your kit, so you don't even need to bring a healing ego, which a new player might not have. All you have to do is just use this skill 3, pop it, and you'll heal like, I don't know, like at least 40 HP, at best like 100 HP, which is pretty good. How much do I heal here? Yeah, 40 HP. Pretty good, pretty good. And if I had rolled heads on the second one, I probably would have rolled like 60, or healed like 60. And it doesn't heal you so much that it puts you over your 50% HP thing. So now she can still get all her buffs. Anyway, I just thought it was interesting that I was playing Railway with this horrible team, and Shi Ishmael was performing better, not better than a lot of 3-star options, but better than a fair amount of 3-star options in this scenario, just for the fact that she can eat shit and still get stronger. Well, let me know what you guys think in the comments, if you have an opinion at all, if you think that it's still worth recommending a new player to build Shi Ishmael. My opinion, my final verdict, I think it is. I think the arguments I've laid out about if your account is in that position where you're new and you're not even fielding a full team of decent units, Shi Ishmael is an interesting answer because she doesn't need to clash at the start, and once she's online, she's really online. But we'll see. And with Shi Faust coming out tonight, I'm very excited. Tonight, Shi Association's kind of moving in a new place that we've never seen before. It's leaving the realm of the Library of Runa, exhausted, abused fixtures, and entering the realm of professional assassins like they're kind of supposed to be. So we'll see what's going on. But Shi Ishmael will always remain as a default unit that everyone has. So, well, that's all for today. I hope you found this video interesting, and I'll see you around, manager.